Good morning and welcome to my assembly, which is all about tough choices today. Lots of tough choices. So I wonder if you can think of a time when you've had to make a difficult decision. And this morning we're going to think about some people who often have to make tough choices. We're going to start by playing a game, so your teachers might need to pause this a little bit for a bit more discussion. But it's called Would You Rather, and it involved me asking questions and you having two choices. And you can either put your hand up for one or put your hand up for the other choice. And it varies in difficulty, and some of them are funny ones. So let's give it a go. And so you put one hand up for one or one hand up for another. Okay, would you rather travel by plane or by boat? So by plane, by boat. Okay. Would you rather live in the frozen Arctic or on the equator where it's very hot? So hands up for the frozen Arctic or hands up for the equator where it's very hot. Okay. Would you rather have only pizza to eat for the rest of your life or never have to eat peas again? So pizza or peas? Would you rather be a famous footballer or a famous artist? So hands up for footballer or artist. Okay, so lots of fun there, just to get you thinking. So which one would you rather be? Lots of things you can think of that you would rather be. So sometimes we have to make decisions every day in our lives. Think of all the decisions that you might have made already today, since you started coming into school, since this morning, since getting up, brushing your teeth, eating your breakfast, what to have for breakfast, lots of choices. Some decisions are easy, like which pair of socks to wear, but sometimes we have to make more difficult choices. Perhaps we have to choose whether we can go to a club or another club, or one party, if you've been invited to two parties on the same day. In the past, that might have happened. So think about what helps you to make a difficult decision. So teachers might want to just pause it a minute. What helps you make a difficult decision? Some people have positions or roles where they have to make even more difficult decisions on behalf of other people. Look at your parents, for example. They have to make choices, such as choosing where you live, which school you attend, who will look after you while you're at work. As a head teacher, I have to make lots of choices as well for you, deciding what to spend the budget on, how we can learn in the best way. And I work with all my teachers, my senior leadership team and all the staff to decide the best things for you and for the school and for everybody. They're difficult decisions sometimes. Can you think of any other jobs where people have to make difficult decisions for us or for you? You might want to pause it again. Did you know that the adults in our country vote to choose a group of people who will make some important decisions on behalf of us all? These people are called MPs or Members of Parliament, and they work together in groups called parties, which are teams of people who believe in similar things and work together to achieve the aims. The biggest team is our government, which is led by our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. The government often has very difficult decisions to make about things which affects us all. For example, it has to decide how much money to spend on our schools or hospitals or create new laws that we all have to follow. Many of the decisions are hard, and sometimes if the government chooses to do something that people do not like, it becomes very unpopular. There's been a lot of things around COVID at the minute about decisions that the Prime Minister and the government's had to make. Very hard decisions, very hard decisions. One day, perhaps some of you will have jobs that involve making tough decisions. Perhaps there may be even a future MP here sitting in the classroom. Sometimes if we don't like the decisions our leaders make on our behalf, we can tell them about it. by sending them letters. However, we should always act with respect and remember that some decisions are very hard to make. In the Bible, in 1 Peter, he shows that we should show respect for those who govern us. And it says, show proper respect to everyone. Love the family of believers. Fear God, honour the emperor. Well, we don't have an emperor, but we can still show respect for those who've chosen to lead us. And it's a good idea to take an interest in the choices that they make. We don't have to agree to everything that they decide, but we can still be respectful in the way that we choose to communicate with them. Let's make ourselves really quiet for a minute and think about how we felt at the beginning of the assembly when we had all those choices, maybe silly choices, but they were fun, we don't mind making. But how can we show respect to those who make decisions on our behalf and honour them as individuals?